So installation is done. Now it's time to logging into the SonarQube UI, and we will explore the user interface or SonarQube user interface client. This is how it looks, but first let's get into that and we'll see. So here is that SonarQube. So now log into the SonarQube. As we have discussed, just use admin and admin. That's it. Username is admin and password is also admin. If you want to change the password, you can later change. But once you log into the system, then you can do the change. So I'm logging into the system. Yeah. So now you can give your password. So you see admin and yeah, and update the password. So the password got updated, and here is your SonarQube UI client. Okay. So just to get started, they're prompting how do you want to create your project. So they got all these facilities with them. So do you want to benefit from all of SonarQube's features, like repositories, import and pull request decoration? So create your project from your favorite DevOps platform. First, you need to set up a DevOps platform configuration for that. Okay, so you can use it from Azure DevOps, from Bitbucket Server, from Bitbucket Cloud, or from GitHub, or from GitLab. So GitHub, GitLab, whatever. So you have different tools you can attach in different pipelines which were built by which are made by different tools. So in anything you can attach your SonarQube and you can make it as a part of the DevOps pipeline or DevOps platform. Or if you just want to, are you just testing or have an advanced use case, just create a project manually. So either you want to create your project using these DevOps Azure DevOps tools, or if you just want to explore it, if you just want to play in the playground of SonarQube, just click on manual. So let me click on manual. Yes. So it's just asking the project name. For now, I'll give Sonar 1. So Sonar code analysis. So that's the project name and that's the project key. So the branch name is main. I'll give. So we're gonna use that. So branch name is main. So once you open your project, so the following information you're gonna get. So how do you want to analyze your repository? So do you want to integrate with your favorite CI, continuous integration pipeline? For that, to build a continuous integration pipeline, you can use any of these tools. With Jenkins, you can build a continuous integration pipeline. With GitHub Actions, with Bitbucket pipeline, GitLab CI, with Azure pipelines, or any other CI tool that you have that you can mention here. Okay, let me go back a bit. Yep. Or you just testing or have an advanced use case, so you can just go with this. So I will analyze our project locally. So let me click on locally. I'm not making this a part of any continuous integration because we just want to explore this first. Yeah. So it's what it's saying, analyze your project. So we initialize your project on SonarQube. Now it's up to you to launch analysis. Okay, so we're gonna do that, but before that we have to generate a token so that the token can be used in in the token can be used to incorporate or integrate the SonarQube with the pipelines. Okay, So let me make it either 90 days or 1 year, no expiration. Even you can put the no expiration, but I'm gonna go with 30 days. So the token name, analyze sonar code analysis. Let me keep it same, or sonar token, sonar token. And let me generate the token here. So let me click on. So here is the sonar token, and you can just copy this, yeah, and use it for larger uses. I'll take the sticky note and I'll paste it here. Yeah. So our token is ready. The token is used to identify you when an analysis is performed. If it has been compromised, you can revoke it at any point in time in your user account. So let me click on continue here. So now this is a Sonar token, and before that, so run analysis on your project. So what option best describes your build? So which tool you're gonna use to build your project? So if you remember, we have used the Maven tool to build a Java package. So that's why I'm gonna go with the Maven again. So to execute the scanner for Maven, so this is what we have to use: Maven clean verify Sonar, and inside that these are the codes, or these are the instructions that should be entered. So running a SonarQube analysis with Maven is straightforward. You just need to run the following command in your project folders. Absolutely correct. That's what we're gonna do. So let me copy this also and paste it here. Yeah. So let's click on dismiss and let's move ahead. So that's the overview. So here you can get the more information. If you want to put it to embedded database, that also you can work on that, but that's enough. So provide a token and the run analysis on your project, and once analysis is done, you can get back to this place. Okay, that's how you initiate a project inside a SonarQube. But before that, we will see the UI of this user interface of SonarQube UI client. So let's see the first, the top header. So this is the main menu. So this consists of a SonarQube logo. So logo, this link to home page. Let me click on this. Yes, this is the home page. So whatever so far we are seeing is the project phase. That's a project page. So now we have reached the we have got into the home page. So in this home page we will have informations about all the projects. So we have created a project called Sonar Code Analysis, and you can see that on the screen here, exactly in front of your screen. Okay, so that's what the project. And here in the project tab inside on your main menu, you should see all the projects that are part of this SonarQube server. So if you want to create a new project, you can just click on a create new project, and here you have two options. One is manually, so you have to do it manually, or you want to integrate it the DevOps pipeline again. So if you want to get back to the home page, click on SonarQube. So that's all about the projects here, the projects tab of main menu. So then we have issues. This is the issues page, and and one more thing about projects page is so here you'll have all the information, or the testing or code analysis information. You see that on the left vertical bar, on the left bar. So you have the quality gate. If you have given a quality gate, it will tell you whether it is passed or failed. It's green and red, and it talks about the reliability. That's about the bugs. So ratings, A rating, B rating, C rating, and D rating, and E rating. So that's what. And the next parameter is security. That's how that's how we confirm whether that code, that source code that you have written, is a clean code or not, using these parameters. Security review. You see that security review, basically security review depends upon the security hotspots. Then we have maintainability. That's a code smells. We call it as a code smells. And again, they were segregated as A rating, B rating, C rating, D rating, U rating. So then we have coverage. In coverage again, we have different sublists, and we have duplications and sizes and size, and finally the language and the tags. Okay, this is the complete analysis of the this project. Here you will get the complete analysis of the this analysis of the project with various parameters. So now let's get into the issues tab on the vertical menu, or sorry, on the main menu. So in these issues, at this moment, no issues. That's okay. We haven't done anything to get issue. Okay, so what are the types of issues? If I click on this bug, so all the bug will be filtered. Now let me clear the bug. If I click on vulnerability, so the vulnerabilities related information will be filtered. I'll click on this, and then code smell related to the maintainability. Okay, so if you click on code smell, so uh, all the things that are related to the code smell will be filtered. So let me clear this. Let me clear all filters. So that's the type using filters. And then after the severity, how severe they are. So blocker, will it a block, or it's a minor, or it's a information just, or it's a measure, or it's a critical. So these are the severity. Based on these icons, you should be able to see that the severity of that issue the issue could be a bug, or the issue could be a vulnerability, the issue could be a code smell. Okay, so then we have scope. Yeah, scope again, is this the main code or the test code? So that information will get it. And the resolution, is it how many are resolved, how many removed, how many fixed? That's a result. How many fixed, how many false positive, how many won't fix, how many can't fix, and how many are unresolved. So that's the information you get there. And then you have the status. So in status again, with each issue we can see whether the status is open, or is it confirmed, is it resolved, or is it closed, or it was closed and then reopened. So then we have security category, sonar source, OWASP, top 10, and OWASP top 10, 10 SANS, CW. So these are the security categories, and it will categorize your issues into different security category based on their intensity. Then we'll get the more information about the creation date and language, then rule and the tags that are attached to that, and we have the project related information, or we can just search the projects here, and then assignee to whom that was assigned, and then author. So that's all about the issues. And here you can see that how many issues are there. At this moment there are no issues, but if you see that issues here, you should able to that SonarQube will categorize that issues, and then it will highlight all the informations on this. And then you have effort issues and all that. So now let's get into the rules rules item in the menu. So search for the rules. If you want to give a specific rule, you can search for the rule, or if you want to use it for a language, Java, C, JavaScript, TypeScript, PHP, Python. So I want to give it for the Python. Just let me click on Python. So these are the rules we can attach for the Python. Okay, you see that the different rules we have. The first rule is less than, greater than should not be used to test inequality. Okay, but some people might use it as an inequality, but that should not be done. So that's one rule. and we have underscore underscore in it, and then underscore underscore should not return a value. Of course, if it returns a value, then one more bug. So it's a Python bug. You see that? It's a Python bug. So that's how we the SonarQube consists of a certain rules, and these rules can be used to find out the issues. And you have a HTML rules also. You see that uh, doc type declaration should appear before HTML text. Fantastic. It should not appear after that. So, and then Terraform, you see the Terraform rules, Ruby, Scala, Go, even XML rules. You can see that each language has a rules. And then I'll scroll up, and if you want those rules specific to the type, so let me click on Python again, and then scroll down a bit. And if you come here, so total Python has 60 bug type rules, 16 vulnerability rules, 111 code smells, that's a maintainability rule, and 43 is security related rules. So let me click on bug type. So now these are all bug type rules. You can see that the Python bug, Python bug, Python bug. Inside the one of the bug that you're gonna get is equal plus should not be used instead of a plus equal. That's, yes, that's absolutely right. Some people use that. Okay, that should not be done at all. So equal plus is the right way of doing that. X is equals to x plus 1. That means x is equals to x plus 1. X is equals to plus 1. X equal to plus 1 means x is equals to x plus 1. So for that, you should use equal to plus only, not plus equal. So these are called bugs. So now let me click on vulnerability, and these are called vulnerability rules. So one of the vulnerabilities, so how can vulnerabilities comes? A secure password should be used when connecting to a database. Yes, that's the one. If you don't use a secure one, so that comes under a vulnerability. So basically it protects, it cross checks the source code, and it protects from every front, so that your application is not attacked by anybody, so not hacked by any hacker. And one more, if it is AWS IAM policies should not allow privilege escalation, and a few more. So now let's look into the maintainability related rules. That's a code smell. So code smell, again we have seen that the code smell. Okay, and exception and base exception should not be raised, and pass should not be used needlessly. So the more you can just go through it one by one. So if you want it for the Python, you can use it, as we are ML engineers, we are data scientists, we do ML ops. So that's why I'm specifically talking about the Python, because that's where we have to work on. Of course, for us, other tools such as HTML also comes into the picture, and then JavaScript a bit, Java, and sometimes there is PHP, sometimes they get into the Scala, but that's okay. And CSS is the one more thing that we use widely. So let me click onto the CSS, and now let's cross check. So CSS has two tabs only because it can have vulnerability. So it has a bug, and so try 16 bugs, and the 9 code smell. So what are the bugs in CSS? For CSS, the bug is important should not be used on keyframes. Yes, perfect. And at hyphen rules should be valid. Okay. Calc operations should be correctly spaced. Yes, brilliant. So color definition should be valid. Okay, these are proper. So these are proper bugs. Yeah. So code smell, if you want to see, so code smell CSS files should not be empty at all. So because if a CSS file is empty, so it will cause a maintainability problem. So that's the reason empty block should be removed. That's what this is called, a maintainability. So uneven, like unnecessary spaces, unnecessary empty blocks, unnecessary rules, these should not be kept. So these are all called code smell. So extra semicolons should be removed. Absolutely correct. Multi-line comments should not be empty. Brilliant. Selectors should not be duplicated. Absolutely right. Okay. So that's a lot. That's a lot about rules based on the type. And if you want to look into the rule, it's a few more things. here you'll get the tags, you can, and then repositories and default status and other information. But the most important thing is language type, and then specific, and their rules, and their rules specific to their rules. So then we have quality profiles. So in quality profiles, you can see that quality profiles are collections of rules. That's it. We have seen the rules before here. So now let them collect it, let them group it, and then we call it as a quality profile. So let me click on quality profile. So quality profiles are collections of rules to apply during an analysis. For each language there is a default profile. So all projects not explicitly assigned to some other profile will be analyzed with the default. Ideally all projects will use the same profile for a same language. And here you can see some of the profiles. And let's take a C. Let me filter it using cloud formation, no docker, HTML. Let's get into the HTML and see the one profile we have. For HTML we have only one profile, that's a Sonar Web built-in. So if you total, it consists of 28 rules. Now let me click on, so all this one, if you use this profile directly, so all these rules will be applied, and it's gonna cross check across your source code, and it will try to find out these 16 types of bugs and 0 vulnerabilities, and this 10 types of active. These are the active 28 plus total 16 plus 10 and plus 2. So total and these kind of code smells and these kind of security hotspots, it will try to find out these issues inside your source code. If it finds, and it's gonna throw you, okay, these are the problems, these are the issues in your system, so it's better you solve it before you put this into the production. That's what it's gonna tell you. Okay, so that's what the profile is. If you want to see more, if you want to see one more, so let me scroll down a bit, down, and here is the Python. So Python has one profile, and this profile consists of 183. That's 183 rules. Absolutely fantastic. So then when you use this profile directly, so it's gonna look for 53 bugs and 53 types of bugs, because there's a 53 rules of bugs it consists of, and 15 types of vulnerabilities, and 79 types of code smells, and 36 types of security hotspots. So how much ever it finds, it will throw you everything on in front of your screen, and you have to decide if it is a manual way. If you put everything is in pipeline, then you'll get it as a feedback to the developer. The developer has gonna solve that issues one by one. How nice it is. Brilliant. Yes, it is. That's what we call as automation. Okay, that's what about the quality profiles. So then we have a quality gates. So quality gate, as we have discussed earlier, the quality gate compiles with the clean as you code methodology, so that you can benefit from the most efficient approach to deliver a clean code. So what is the benefit of that? So what's the benefit of delivering a clean code? So delivering clean code brings up a new brings up a source code with no new bugs. So it brings up a source code with no new vulnerabilities, and it brings up a source code, or it pushes a source, it brings up a source code with no new security hotspots. No new code has limited technical depth, and no code has limited duplication, and the new code is properly covered by tests. So these are the benefits it's gonna bring it to us when you go with the clean as you code. But for that, what you require, you need to put a quality gate. You need to put a quality gate. So what's the quality gate? So for example, some of the conditions are put here. either the conditions on new code, you can put the quality gate only for the new code that's been pushed, that been committed and pushed to your repository, or you can just put the quality gate for the entire code. It's not a big deal. You can do it either way. However, so some of the examples here, you can see some of the conditions to write a quality gate is: first, the coverage metric should be less than 80%, and duplicate lines. This is very important. The source code should not consist of a number, like hell number of duplicated lines. So that's the reason. So duplicated lines should not be. It should be greater than. It should be greater than 3.4%. It should. It duplicated lines is greater than 3%. So if it is greater than 3%, that's it. Just block the movement, just block the flow of this source code into the next stage in your DevOps pipeline, because this is not clean. Will you drink unclean, unhygienic and a chemical water? You don't know. Then why do you want your system to fill up unhygienic and unclean and infected water? Why do you want to do that? Don't do it. So duplicated lines, again, if it is more than 3%, just stop it. That's it. So then maintainability rating, if it is worse than 5%, they're gonna do that. They're gonna do enough calculation. If it's less than 5%, just break the flow. Just break it. So then we have reliability rating. If it is worse than, yeah, so it has a coding there. If it is worse than, it's bugs. If there are no bugs, it's fine. If it's worse than, yeah, then issue. So then security hotspot reviewed. It should be less than 100%, and security rating is worse than, yeah, so no vulnerability. So that's how. So some of the conditions you can give, all conditions, a few conditions. It's all up to you to go for a default gate, quality gate, or you can make your own gateway, where one quality gate. So this is Sonar way. It's a default built-in gateway. So if you want to make it a new gate, so you're gonna write your gate name. So I'll say Maven or a CI gate. Okay, and let me click on save, and here is that. So now this is your CI gate. So you want to set as a default, so like whenever you server comes into the action, you want to run it the CI gate, so then you have to click on CI default. So now this is no more a SonarWare as a default gateway. This is just a SonarWare is a built-in, that's it. Now CI gate is the default one. So now these are the existing some of the conditions. If you want to change the condition, you just come here. So I'll make this as 90%. 80 is not enough for me, so I'll update this condition. So then I have duplicated lines. I don't want it. I don't want even 3%. I'm going to bring it to the 1%. So I want as clean as I want a code which is as clean as pure Himalayan water. And so maintainability rating, that's fine. Rest all will keep it same. We don't touch it. So just unlock the editing if you want everything, like even other parameters also, other issues also, but I'm not much worried about these things for now, so I'll keep it same. So that's it. And if you want to grant permissions to a user which are part of your group, you can do it from here, but I'm not going into that now. That's how we create your, if you want to add new conditions, you can add that. Let me show you. So these are the default conditions. If you want to add your new condition, so now it's asking whether you want to apply this condition on only new code which has been now or which has been recently pushed, or you just want to apply this condition across the code or overall code. So I'll go with the new code only. So I don't want to do it. I don't want to repeat the same thing again and again. So that's why I'm going to do on new code. So now it's asking what type of rule you're going to with. What type of condition you want to set. A condition coverage, conditions to cover, line coverage, lines to cover, uncovered conditions, uncovered lines, and or more. A lot of information is here. So blocker issues, critical issues. So major, minor, code smells. You see that code smells, bugs. So I'm gonna take the simple one. I'll click on bugs. So if bugs are more than 60, just break it. Just break the flow of the pipeline. That's it. Yep. So it's taking time. Let it take time. Okay. It got updated. So now let me. Um, so it got updated. Now it's time to add a condition. So let me click on condition. Yes. So it should be added to that. And here is that the bugs condition that we have recently added. It's greater than 60, then that's enough. So, and if you want to look the information here, so let me scroll over this. You added an extra conditions to the clean as you code quality gate, which is something we do not recommend, but we don't care. We want to customize our conditions. Okay, so then I'll click on one more add condition. So this time I'm gonna click on overall code. So I'll scroll down more and I'll completely come down and then I'll go to that what is that? I forgot that. Comment lines is fine. Yeah, comment lines. Yeah. So comment lines I'm gonna put so I don't wanna more than 60. That's it. 60 is fine. If you put it more than that, that's enough. I don't want more than that. So this one is also successfully added. You can see that bugs and let me scroll down and show you conditions on overall code. So here on top you can see the conditions on new code. That's it. But here only one condition that we put in overall code. That's comment lines. Okay. Yeah. So that's all about the quality gates. And then now we can come to the administration. So here, this is where we can do all the administration. So a configuration, encryption, webhooks. This is where you'll get the webhooks. Let me click on webhooks. And then webhooks are used to notify external services when a project analysis is done. And HTTP post require a request including JSON payload is sent to each of the provided URLs. So that's what the webhooks. And if you want to see and explore more about the webhooks, get into this webhook documentation. So then we have security. This is where you can create a group. At this moment, administrator, admin is the one guy. So but if you wanna make a group, you can just click on groups and here is that. And global permissions and permission templates you can have here. And this is the projects, how for the project management. And you have the systems and finally you have marketplace. This is anyway not important for us at this moment. Okay, this is all about the administration. In addition to this, this UI consists of a search bar. Here you can search it, and here you will get into the documentation with the question mark icon. And then here, this is the user profile. Okay, so administrator, so my account and then logout option. And as usual, you'll have a footer, and it's all about the SonarQube and SonarQube information and various other external links to for your learning.